Weekends on CBS 2.
They are two teams with different styles, but each with one common goal. For the St. Joseph's Hawks and Coach Phil Martelli, it's been a fairy tale season, 31 games and only one blemish. Led by perhaps the best backcourt in the country. One more win and an improbable dream will be a reality.
Nice. Better than nice.
It's all Jameer Nelson.
Wow, that was some crossover.
30-1 on the season.
What a play!
For the Oklahoma State Cowboys and Coach Eddie Sutton, it's also been an amazing ride. A powerful, dynamic team looking for some more March magic.
Oh, where did that come from? Wow!
The Cowboys are one step away from San Antonio. They have dreamt it, and now they can feel it and see it. The winner moves on. The loser goes home. A trip to the Final Four is on the line.
This is what the tournament is all about. Shot. Pass to Leitner. Miracle! The Clippers down! He's smart as the hell. Syracuse is your national champion.
And the road to the Final Four continues from East Rutherford, New Jersey. The top two seeds have made it here to the Elite Eight, Oklahoma State and St. Joseph's. The 1, the 2, all the drama, all the expectations about to unfold. I've got three characters alongside.
Watch the Hawk man here.
The Hawk, the
Go
Cowboy.
at it, guys. Good luck.
Billy Packer, good luck. Good luck to you both. It should be fun, Billy.
Two great teams.
We saw them both on Thursday night. Let's begin with St. Joe's. What do you think of them now?
This is an outstanding team, Jim. They really play together. Very intelligent basketball team, very experienced. And of course, we're talking about a guard combination, one of the best I've seen in NCAA tournament play in a long time. Nelson and West, they're averaging about 45. They may have to get 50 tonight, and they're capable.
They also have a guy that can beat you from the outside. He came up huge against Wake Forest, talking about Pat Carroll.
One of the real keys to this ball game, the drive, the penetrate, and the kickouts. Carroll has really come through in this tournament.
How about this team when it gets a break opportunity?
Well, they are going to have to get some fast break points. Oklahoma State does a terrific job in their half-court defense. And I think that in pushing the ball up the floor to take those opportunities is something Phil Martelli's worked on. They'll have to execute.
All right, for the Cowboys, let's begin first with Tony Allen.
A guy that Rick Barnes told us in the Big 12 nobody could handle. And certainly he's shown us that in the NCAA tournament. Terrific hands on the inside, very powerful performer, a tough matchup.
How big is the rebounding edge for Oak State here?
Well, it is amazing how much they out-rebound St. Joe's in a normal game. There you see the great strong hands of Allen. One of the keys in this game, Jim, will be defending the three, because St. Joe's on the perimeter is as good as anybody we've seen in the tournament in a long, long time.
And the old coach, Eddie Sutton, he'll take on Phil Martelli and the Hawks in just a moment.
CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the Men's Basketball Championship is sponsored by Singular Wireless, the Principal Financial Group, Bud Light, and by Pontiac.
Isaiah. Alcindor. Bryce. Hurley. Calvin Hayes. Patrick Ewing.
You decide the Pontiac All-Time Tournament team at ncaasports.com/Pontiac and register for your chance to win 4 tickets to the 2005 Men's Final Four and a 2004 Pontiac GTO.
Why do we work? Why do we get up every day and leave the people we love? At the Principal Financial Group, we know you work for more than just a paycheck. For 120 years, the Principal has helped people keep more of the money they make and do more with the money they save. You work hard We make work hard for you. The Principal Financial Group. We understand what you're working for.
You know the feeling. Every guy's had it. You're unbeatable, unstoppable. You got that walking on water feeling. You look, they smile. You win, they go home. It's the feeling you get every day with the world's best shave, Mach 3 Turbo. It's like having an angel by your side. Every move is smooth. Every word is cool. I never want to lose that feeling.
I've been to Reno, Chicago, Fargo, Minnesota, Buffalo, Toronto, Winslow, Sarasota, Wichita, Tulsa, Ottawa, Oklahoma, Tampa, Panama, Mattawa, La Paloma, Bangor, Baltimore, Salvador, Amarillo, Tocopilla, Barranquilla, and Padilla, Amagaller. I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere.
After 2 separate stays at any Comfort Inn, Comfort Suites, Quality, Sleep Inn, Clearing, or Mainstay Suites, you'll earn a free night with Choice Privileges. The more you stay, the more you earn. For reservations or more details, visit choicehotels.com. Choice Hotels. We'll see you there.
There it is, a win for the ages.
A tradition unlike any other, the Masters on CBS.
We're back here in East Rutherford. Eddie Sutton trying to take a team to a Final Four for a 3rd time. Once at Arkansas. This would be the 2nd for the Cowboys under the direction of Eddie Sutton. The Pontiac lineups, you see him here. Watch for John Lucas. He's a key matchup man in this game here tonight. There's Phil Martelli, already named by the basketball writers as the National Coach of the Year. His team always highlighted by that backcourt. West and Nelson, they each scored 24 points Thursday night in the win over Wake Forest. Billy, your thoughts before tip?
Jim, it's going to be interesting to watch the matchups in this game because both teams have some problems. Who is John Lucas going to guard on one end of the floor, and then who's going to take Tony Allen the other? We'll watch that early on.
Joey Graham controls the tip back to John Lucas.
There's the answer. Nelson will be on Lucas.
Interesting thing will be what will happen at the other end. Bonnie Bernstein is here with us. She had a report on that just before the game. McFarland inside misses, but right back up with it. Scoring is Joey Graham.
Well, we talk about that rebound differential. 8.1 rebounds differential in favor of Oklahoma State.
Here you see they've got Bobick on him at the start.
Bobick to give a little size right there and to take Lucas, who is guarding Carroll.
It's a big size mismatch there, Billy.
Yeah, but he can stay in his face and force him to put the ball on the floor.
We've got Bobick on Nelson. We hear that also Weatherspoon will be coming in and also facing up against Jameer, who takes the 3, and first one slides off the rim. Rebound McFarland.
That was a mistake by Bobick. He cannot afford to ever leave Nelson. You got to let the men inside prove they can score.
Inside, Bryant almost got the steal, but on the line when he had his hands on it. Oak State ball.
Phil Martelli did a great job the other night with Bryant and Jones, saving them into the game, both with 4 fouls in trouble. Masterful job of substitution.
Back on high with Bobick, who came up with a couple of big 3s in the second half in the win against Pitt here Thursday night.
Wow, that was a dribble I haven't seen in a while.
Allen, though, right back inside and able to find an open.
Well, there is the matchup problem that we talked about. You put a little guy on him, and he's too powerful. You put a big guy on him, as the case in Bryant there, and he blows right by.
The Cowboys scoring with their first 2 possessions, and Tony Allen weaving around like he did on Thursday night, finding open seams.
Allen on West. Now, here's what you could see being a problem for Oklahoma State, Jim. West is so clever the way that he plays. He always is under control. Allen is extremely aggressive. For him to get in foul trouble would change the entire complexion of this game, and I think West is capable of doing that to him.
Well, he's already drawn a quick one on Tony Allen.
Watch Allen. He'll put a lot of body and a lot of hands on people.
Nelson back out to West.
Good recovery.
Behind the back. Allen has to back off. The shot way off the mark. And Graham clears for the Cowboys.
Oh, good hustle down floor for McFarland.
Bobick, open 3. Tipped around McFarland, very active inside.
So quick.
Back out, Lucas has to take this one.
That's long.
Tipped around into the hands of Carroll.
Lucas getting some open looks. And here's a tough situation. Lucas have a hard time stopping Nelson if Nelson takes him to the basket with that strength.
Nelson's misfired on his first 2 attempts. And it's Lucas again. He's long.
He's long twice.
Time.
That's a sign, Jim, that the guy is so pumped up in a game that the energy is taking the ball long. You just got to calm down on the inside. You see that often in a big game like this. You see there, Lucas going to stay right in and make Carroll put the ball on the floor with the dribble.
There's Carroll. Like the marksman from out there, but Joey Graham already with 3 rebounds.
Straight man-to-man by both teams. Matchups so much fun to watch in this game because they are so critical.
Lucas bounces it inside and nearly taken away by the National Player of the Year. Well, St. Joe's the road to the regional final through Liberty. Texas Tech, a conference foe of Oklahoma State, beat them by 5, pulling away late. It's a tight one. Won it at the wire, and then Wake Forest by 4.
Experience dominating in that game, and also dominant in that game was Tyrone Barley, who came in and did the job on Chris Paul, shutting him down. We haven't seen Barley yet, and that is soon to come, I would imagine.
Changes a game the minute he comes in there. Meanwhile, the Cowboys, Billy, this has been pretty impressive. Their 3 games, all double-digit victories.
Eastern Washington, the closest situation where they were tied at halftime and got that tongue lashing from Eddie Sutton. Down to 2 seconds.
Shot clock violation suffered here by the Cowboys.
Good defense, St. Joe. How often do we see that, Jim? Ball knocked out of bounds, get it back in possession, less than 35 to go. College teams not doing a good job utilizing the shot clock.
And their bench is at the other end, so they can't hear it being barked out from the bench that, hey, there's not that much time left when they inbound it. Joe's has missed its first 4 from the field. 3.5 minutes in without scoring.
Nice job by Jones getting McFarland on his hip.
McFarland.
Yeah, he's clapping his hands because he knows he broke down defensively on that play. You've got to figure Jones and Bryant, Jim, they only take 3.3 shots a game between the 2 of them. So you don't worry about them having the big breakout game on you.
West looking for a screen off Jones, gives it right back to him. First points of the night for the Hawks.
Well, that's 1 of 3 shots that are pretty good percentage shots to take. Good job by West recognizing.
Almost stolen away, and it is taken away by West. Up to Nelson, and he's in for 2.
How about Bryant? Terrific block out on Lucas.
And timeout called by Oklahoma State. Just like that, after the dunk, the steal, the basket by Nelson. We're tied early.
All cars have headlights to illuminate the road ahead, but Lexus has developed a headlight that actually rotates up to 15 degrees to reveal what's around the bend before you get to the bend. What kind of a difference can 15 degrees make? A very noticeable one.
Right now, Elizabeth on my buddy list is having a real party. She picked the 15th over the number 2 seed because she liked the mascot. Me? I'm not having a party right now. Oh.
Now you can get AOL Instant Messenger right on your Singular phone. Take your buddy list with you anywhere and get unlimited instant messaging for $2.99 and a great deal on I Am Ready Nokia phones.
I call it the how do you like your furry mascot now plan.
AOL Instant Messenger, another reason Singular fits you best.
Very nice.
Like all light beers, it's low in carbs. Unlike any other light beer, it's got the great taste of Bud Light. What we have here is a failure to compromise. Fresh, smooth, real. It's all here.
In national taste tests, more families preferred the taste of Casey Masterpiece Original Barbecue Sauce over Kraft Original. Casey Masterpiece Barbecue Sauce. When it comes to taste, it's the clear winner.
The heart protection study conducted by Oxford University is here. If you've had a heart attack or have diabetes, get information from Merck about treatment options at heartprotectionstudy.com.
We're going to prosecute your brother to the full extent of the law.
Do you honestly think I would turn against him? He's my brother.
You're going to go down with him just as hard.
New Without a Trace, CBS Thursday.
Jim, this is what makes Jameer Nelson so good. His basketball IQ is excellent. Here he drives. He recognizes right away that Wake Forest is going to bring everybody inside. Kicks out to the outside. Makes it so tough. Now watch right here. He recognizes, oh, Wake Forest, you want to help out up on top? Watch me take my man one-on-one. Dribbles, drives, penetrates, scores. Brilliant basketball player.
Eddie Sutton upset about that turnover. After the full court pressure, he calls the timeout. There'll be another one coming shortly after a whistle. After a dead ball, the under-16, but his team, he wanted to straighten him out. Admonish him right away for not being able to get it up court. Beautiful move inside. That's now 4 on the board for Graham.
Much better execution. Eddie Sutton really got in the face of his players' execution against that full court press. Allen showing us pretty nifty ball handling right there. He's got such huge hands. Floor a little slippery again. West goes down. Recovery over on the other side by Graham.
Nelson step back jumper. That's a 3.
All through the arc of that shot. Did you notice that, Jim? Shooting over a taller player, made the adjustment on the jump shot. St. Joe wanting to force tempo, get this game running at a little faster pace. The press can do that.
Hawks with their first lead here in the early going in New Jersey. Lucas thought about it, got a screen, and backed off. McFarland really active. Wanted it, he got it. And underneath, pinned and fouled. Eddie Sutton during that timeout, Billy.
Well, the man's been around. Jim, he is the only coach in the history of the game that has been Coach of the Year in 4 different conferences, had taken 2 different teams to the Final Four. 2 other guys that have been Coach of the Year in 4 different conferences. Norm Sloan, who won a national championship, and Bill Foster.
A foul on John Bryant. The win, by the way, on Thursday night gave Oklahoma State 30 wins on the season. It's the first time he's reached that mark with Oklahoma State. And in talking with them, they believe that it's the first time any coach has led a program, 3 different programs, to 30-win seasons. They had a 30-win season at Arkansas, 30-win season at Kentucky, and now this one, the first at Oklahoma State.
Anybody questioning whether he can coach the game?
764 times he's walked off the court with people saying he can coach.
Why do I rent from Enterprise? For more cargo room, more people room, or more headroom. Enterprise. So easy it's like having a second car. Or third.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
Taco Bell's new Fiesta Taco Salad. All the tastes you love with a new tangy chunky salsa and new lime seasoned crunchy tortilla strips. Now even more irresistible. For a taco salad that's even better than the original, think outside the bun.
It's a beautiful morning.
I don't want to go surfing, and I'm not looking to sail around the world. All I want is to get out here early and surprise a few clams.
Ask your doctor today about Vioxx, a prescription medicine from Merck, and find out what Vioxx can do for you.
My doctor prescribed Vioxx, and I stayed with it.
Vioxx.
Happy Jack wasn't told, but he wasn't there. They couldn't stop Jack or the water stopping. And they couldn't prevent Jack from being happy.
When you retire, will you be sitting here or here? Mutual funds from the Hartford, for people who are always thinking ahead. Ask your advisor.
CSI's next murder suspect will leave you wondering if pure evil really exists.
He felt like he was on fire.
A new episode Thursday.
We've got one team in for San Antonio, the UConn Huskies. Phoenix is their lucky city. They go through Phoenix.
Jim, look at that number down, showing you how immaterial it is where you're seated or what your number is. Connecticut was a 2. I don't think anybody in the country felt that with Okafor, and we understand he has a slight injury for this game, with Okafor, Connecticut has to be the team you say has the best shot of anybody going all the way.
Just like when they won it in '99, they went through Phoenix again this weekend to make it to the Final Four. And that shot blocked by Allen, a clean takeaway.
Look at him push that ball up the floor, go right by West.
Big skip pass, and Lucas able to snag it up there high.
He can hold that ball with one hand.
Yeah, setting up the jumper. Yes. Oh, how about that moment?
We're talking about a very special player here. And I keep going back to that Rick Barnes statement. That was a tough league, the Big 12. And he said nobody had an answer for Tony Allen.
On the drive, Nelson going to be short this time. Graham. Hey, he's rebounding much bigger than the size, 6'7".
And look at him bring that ball down the floor. Brian on him.
Allen one more time. He's got the feeling, but well, off the mark. Faced down by Nelson.
Oklahoma State, a team that only takes 11 threes per game. So you don't see that very often for them, looking to shoot the ball quickly from the outside.
Lucas with the push-off. You know, the win streak number here starting to dwindle as we knock off teams in the tournament. The longest current streak, Oklahoma State. And how about Xavier? Xavier and St. Joe still alive.
Can you believe Xavier 10-9 at one point in the season, playing as well as anybody in the country right now? Jim, you have to wonder the 4 games that they had to play in 4 days in the tournament, and then this terrific run. I'll tell you, they had a lot of spring in their legs yesterday and looked terrific.
Xavier and Duke tomorrow in the Atlanta Regional Final. Xavier, the only team to beat St. Joe's. That happened a couple of weeks ago in the A-10 first round.
Witherspoon in the ball game now, and he'll be over on Nelson.
Stakaitis is in, and here's Barley, number 12. Stakaitis with a big basket, his only field goal attempt of the game. Hit a big one in the last minute against Wake.
Sutton goes to that bench early.
Allen
pass.
Forced the turnover, and Witherspoon, there he is for the Cowboys. First turnover committed by St. Joe's.
Both teams go to the bench. Barley on Lucas, and I'll tell you what, you talk about a shutdown man. Barley, the 10 defensive player of the year, and he can do it. Strong. He probably is athletically kind of like the Oklahoma State players. You know what, Jim? He fits right in there.
Allen, 8 away, front of the rim. Terrence Crawford. Numbers for the Cowboys, 42. Barley outside wing, open 3. And it's Graham again. No one's taking it away from him tonight. Witherspoon in trouble. Barley with his hands in there. So the lob pass hit the rim. Back out Witherspoon. Steps in. Rejected.
Good job by West getting a piece of that.
Sloppy sequence here. One pass hit the rim. And now this turnover.
Unusual lineup out early in this ball game now for Oklahoma State. Witherspoon, Crawford. Not that Eddie Sutton wouldn't do this anyway, but I think it's a change.
There's West with the one-hander.
Left-hander, of course, he's going to go to that shot. Got some respect from Allen on that one.
First points of the night for Delonte West. Here's another lob. It's Graham underneath. Stakaitis trying to defend and coming over to help Dwayne Jones. Going to be on Stakaitis. Best records. Well, we got 2 of the 3 30-win teams here right now. St. Joe's and Oklahoma State.
And of course, Gonzaga, a team that St. Joe started the season with a big victory.
Joey Graham is twin. Stephen has not seen minutes to this point, but will. No stranger, Billy, to playing before packed houses. Trained at a young age as Bobbitt comes back on the floor. Joey and Stephen Graham, growing up out in Florida, used to perform at halftime of college games and pro games, doing a globetrotter-like routine, spinning the ball, passing it around, behind the back, etc. They got trained playing in front of packed houses, so it's a big one tonight, though, trying to take his school to the Final Four for the first time since 1995, when they, in fact, advanced right out of this building. And a win over UMass in the regional final.
And a man watching very intently. He was a big part of that. Man from Gans, Oklahoma.
Outside Witherspoon on the line. St. Joe's ball. Oklahoma State with a big bulge early in the rebounding department, Billy, +6. 11-9, though, that's the score. Timeout on the floor.
There's glory for the individuals who come together for a common goal. You tame the elusive beast of time and space, bringing together offices from every corner of the globe, working in real time, as if shoulder to shoulder. You have the new Microsoft Office system. Go team.
Here's Hurley. Hurley penetrates. Hurley with the fish.
Hurley, a long-range three.
Oh, boy. Incredible.
Swings it down toward Hurley.
He finishes.
How you like me now, I say?
Think he's good enough to make the Pontiac All-Time Tournament team? You decide at ncaasports.com/Pontiac.
Make more of your money work for you. Consider a Fidelity Freedom Fund targeted to your retirement year. For more information and to open a no-fee Roth IRA, call 800-345-5063 today.
Special Forces hero Chris Vaughn used his training only when necessary.
Did you really kill people?
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
No. But a new enemy has come looking for trouble.
Did you get tired of being all that you could be? No, I'm still all I can be. You're gonna get hurt.
They're looking for a fight.
Chris, are you home?
And now,
Whoever did this left him for dead.
they're going to get it.
He tried to kill you.
I faced worse.
Walking Tall. Rated PG-13. Starts April 2nd.
When a 14-year-old with $1 million personality signs to play soccer for $500,000 a year, that's a 60-minute story. Sunday.
We're back at Continental Airlines Arena in New Jersey, where 9 years ago yesterday, Oklahoma State and Eddie Sutton made that move to the Final Four with a regional final victory over UMass, led by Bryant Big Country Reeves. 24 points, 10 rebounds. Billy.
The man from Gans, Oklahoma. He's sitting right there, as I said, watching very intently. Went through Drexel, Malik Rose, Alabama with Antonio McDyess, Wake Forest with Tim Duncan, and Massachusetts with Marcus Camby. Pretty good center matchups there, and a terrific job on his part.
Always love seeing the prominent ex-players come back and support the program. And the other night, Oklahoma State had the first game of the evening, the win over Pitt. He stayed there and watched with great intensity the second game, as if he was scouting for Coach Sutton.
What makes you think he might not have been?
Probably was. He would have liked to be out there on the floor right now. You know that. Daniel Bobick collects his first foul. That team went on out to Seattle and lost in the national semifinals to the eventual champion UCLA.
Jim West, a terrific free throw shooter. Kind of guy you want on the line, almost shooting on the year. 89%. Just amazes me how he has improved his shooting since the time he arrived at St. Joe to what he is right now. As you mentioned the other day, 2 for 17 from 3 in his freshman year, and look at him now.
Easily breaking the pressure here. The 2 free throws ties the game at 11.
Boy, West gave up a lot of room. Allen to shoot right over the top of that.
Look at this dipsy-do. Tipped up once, twice, and batted out to Weatherspoon.
You can't give Allen that much room.
On the drive.
Is that going to be
charge?
Marley again. What a defender. Bobick's got to understand, you got to pull up. You got to get a defender like that, knows how to draw a charge. He's got an opening, and watch this. All the way from the weak side, terrific defensive anticipation.
This is important because they had Bobick on Nelson, and now with 2 fouls, Bobick has to go out. That means Lucas is back in the game.
He's on Marley. Taking away a lot of the kick-out jump shots so far in this game is Oklahoma State.
Weatherspoon on Nelson inside, all tied up. Well, they say a foul. Hold is going to be the call against the Cowboys. It's going to be called on Crawford.
Give Jones some credit there, Jim. Excellent hands on his part and turn what could have been a jump ball into a foul. Young man who's done a tremendous job defensively this year and sets a lot of screens on the offense.
Hyde has lost it going up. Crawford comes out with it. Thought about snapping it over to Allen on the quick break, but instead it's Lucas. He can control the Cowboys at this end.
A little talking there between West and Nelson to go ahead and make that switch. Made it look so easy.
Look at Barley. Oh, right. Look at him right up in Allen's face. He is old. Great steal. And Allen right back with it. Lost his footing. That's only and Nelson's right there to defend. Up ahead, Delonte. And yes, uses the other side of the basket to beat McFarland.
Absolutely did that. Now, what's going on right now? Marley got into Allen's head.
Weatherspoon underneath. And that's going to be on Stakaitis.
Jim, when you're a good defensive player and a great defensive player as Barley is, one of the things that I really like is the fact that not only physically do you get into a guy's, but you also get into him mentally. Now watch what he does right here. He gets so tight on him that Allen takes this as a personal challenge. And when he does, it costs him. Tries that crossover dribble, which he does well. There goes the steal.
Weatherspoon at the line for two. From nearby Camden, Delaware, not that far from St. Joe's. So one Cowboy familiar with Philadelphia area basketball, that's for sure. Stakaitis has to go out with the two.
Via Odessa College, so it wasn't like a quick trip from Delaware on out to Stillwater.
Odessa, always a junior college powerhouse, and one more coming for Weatherspoon.
Jim, we have to watch now. With Barley going to be going out there against Allen, let's see if Allen will calm down or he will mentally get into it being a personal challenge and take away from his game.
Here's Nelson. Big screen here. Wide open shot front of the rim. Look at Graham again.
He may be listed at 6'7", but he plays about 6'9", doesn't he?
He really looks 6'9". He plays even bigger than that. Marlin back out to Graham. He's going to try it outside off the mark.
There.
Chase down though. Weatherspoon so quick. Open is Lucas. They see him. Takes the three. Too strong.
He's been too strong every time.
3 for 3.
Numbers again.
Nelson on the wing. Sets up Carroll. That's blocked. We talk about defending the three. Allen got a hand on it.
Well, see, there's where Carroll's going to have to use the pump fake. He has to realize that they're going to step right out and take away his jump shot. How often last night we saw J.J. Redick from Duke realizing what they're going to do defensively, take the pump fake, take a step, and then get your shot off.
Lucas puts it back out to Allen. This team's missed its last 8 from the field. Make it 9.
Lucas having a nightmare of a first half right here, and it's very important. He's going to get those shots. He's got to make something happen.
And Carroll set up for this one. Yes, Nelson just weaving around, found him open.
And that's where Nelson is so tough. He makes the penetration. He knows he can take it all the way, and so do the defenders, so they've got to collapse on him. When they do, he can kick it out.
Timeout again called by the Cowboys. St. Joe's with its largest lead. It's been a tight one throughout. 5.5 minutes without a basket for the Cowboys, and Carroll hits the 3 for the lead.
When you retire, will you be sitting here or here? Mutual funds from the Hartford, for people who are always thinking ahead. Ask your advisor.
We are back in East Rutherford, New Jersey. UConn is already in, ticketed for San Antonio. ACC, Atlantic 10, Big 12, 2 teams in the Elite 8. Atlantic 10, St. Joe's right here, Xavier tomorrow against Duke. And Big 12, Kansas playing tomorrow against Georgia Tech. And right here, Oklahoma State, which will inbound at midcourt, down 3.
Coach Martelli doing that fabulous job with his rotations on his bench. He sits Jones down with West. And here is the man that I really think could be the defensive difference maker in this game. Barley is just so difficult to create your offense when he gets on the man that's got the ball in his hands.
5 on the shot clock. Bobbitt lost the handle and double dribble.
And right now, with Lucas having a shutdown game, Jim, you see no good offensive flow in the half-court set by Oklahoma State. Bobbitt is certainly not the guy that's going to get that done against these guards from St. Joe.
With the 2 fouls, guarding Nelson. Right here. Nelson takes the 3 over. Inside Stephanus with the putback, just like he did on Thursday night, plus a foul.
There was a Derek Wittenberg shot to Lorenzo Charles. And what happens right here, because the bigger man is on Jameer Nelson, he has to change the arc of his shot. When he does, it comes up a little bit short from that range. Good job, and we saw this young man on the foul line, Jim, do that exact same thing in a big key putback against Wake Forest.
You always got to break the heart of a Houston guy by bringing that up, don't you? That was the first offensive rebound of the night, the one by Stakaitis.
Well, we talked about the difference in rebounding, and so far, St. Joe holding their ground right here.
Oh, look at that. High off the back of the rim and goes.
Here's that little full court pickup pressure, and Lucas does the right thing. Gets it away from Barley.
It's a 10-2 stretch here for the Hawks. Leading by 6, double up on Stephen Graham in for the first time. Takes the jumper, long. McFarland underneath. Good block handle. And Stakaitis getting some valuable time, valuable minutes here for St. Joe's. Look at this. 3 players defending.
Oh!
And that's going against the Cowboys.
And that shows you the strength of Nelson.
Called on McFarland.
McFarland upset. Jimmy, I said these two fellas may have to combine for 50 tonight. Because this game is a little bit lower scoring than I anticipated, that may be out of the question, but they are certainly delivering.
Nelson. Another generous roll. And a 20-13 lead. Delonte West back in for Barley.
Barley sits down. West stays out of foul trouble, gets a little bit of a rest. Graham has to sit down. It doesn't seem to me like Oklahoma State has been able to get into a flow with their lineup on the floor. They went to the bench early, and it has never been a smooth functioning outfit.
It's a 12-2 run, 6 for West, 7 for Nelson, and they lead the Hawks by 8.
Oh, hey, Stu. New tie?
No.
Hey, Stu, waxed your back?
Not lately.
Hey, Stu. Did you take care of that rash?
Nope.
Whoa! You going commando?
No.
Did you see your...
No. I saw my bartender. He told me to try this.
If you want to have it all, great taste, fewer calories, and half the carbs of Bud Light, talk to your bartender. Great taste, less filling, Miller Lite. Good call.
Welcome to Saturn.
It's a philosophy we've embraced from the start. Treat others the way you'd want to be treated yourself. No hassle, no haggle.
Here you go. Congratulations.
Saturn. People first.
Come back soon?
As soon as I can.
I'll use my Miles card. I'll use my Miles card. I'm back.
With most Miles programs, it takes a long time to earn a free flight.
All these years. And you never got a Capital One card?
Introducing no hassle rewards from Capital One. Free flights start at 9,000 miles with no blackout dates.
What's in your wallet?
Don't ask.
We need a car.
A sports car.
A wagon.
Silver.
And certified pre-owned.
That one.
Autotrader.com lets you compare 2.1 million new, used, and certified pre-owned cars to find the one you want.
Oh, now we gotta sell our car.
I need a car.
Autotrader.com. Your car is waiting.
Should it be illegal for an athlete to play in the pros because he has a bionic eye?
One inning.
It's my dream. I'll get you there.
A new Century City, CBS Tonight.
St. Joe's leading by 8, and we spoke with head coach Phil Martelli about how important this game is for his program.
Well, I mean, it's a stamp that they can never remove. I mean, the winner of this game goes to the Final Four, and you know what? They never can take that away from you. So this is as significant a game as we've ever played in the history of St. Joe basketball.
A program that's actually been to the Final Four. 1961. St. Joe's went to the Final Four and defeated in the regional final Wake Forest.
Right, and set all kinds of records in the consolation game. Unfortunately, they ran into Ohio State, a team that was so powerful along with Cincinnati back at that time, but they did a great job in the consolation game. And of course, what transpired out of there was a sad situation in regard to the incredible gambling scandals of 1961.
Point shaving scandal that involved 6 different schools. It's Weatherspoon, Banks at home. I mentioned Wake Forest were on that team that St. Joe's defeated in this one regional final on to the Final Four.
Jackie Egan, Jim Lynham, who eventually became a great coach at St. Joe.
Coach Martelli just said, you know, they go to the Final Four, they can't take it away from you, but technically they did.
Well, they did.
They expunged that appearance, vacated it.
That was a true situation.
And the block there by McFarland as Stakaitis took it to the hole, tried the left hand.
Good hands by
push it up. Right by Nelson. Inside Allen, other side, yes.
And now Lucas could get some confidence, Jim, being able to push the ball up the floor and make some things happen. He almost was picked off by Nelson. You have to be very careful. When Barley and Nelson are down on that floor and you try to dribble up the court, they have the ability to take it away, and Barley be coming back in here quickly.
Nelson.
Right by Witherspoon. No help by McFarland. A little late getting there.
Witherspoon just shaking his head. I'm sure he thought there'd be a little support system back there for him. There was nothing. Here's McFarland at this end. Oak State finding some easy baskets at the last 3 trips.
Well, right now, St. Joe's very small with Bryant, the only guy of any size in there. Stakaitis has given him some valuable playing time here, but they are small.
Stakaitis with the 3, line driver, tipped around and over to Allen.
Look at how Lucas is pushing this ball up the floor. He's got...
Oh, well, that was a tough pass, though. He's trying to bounce it in there on the run to McFarland.
Jim, when you're down by 4, you don't want to throw that kind of pass. You want to be solid.
Make sure you folks at home vote for your starting guards on the Pontiac all-time tournament team. Cast your ballot now at ncaasports.com/Pontiac. So yes, Barley is back in. Jones returns as well. Pontiac sits for the Cowboys.
So, lackadaisical pass by Witherspoon. I think with Barley in the game, you can't try that often.
Here's Allen in trouble, doubled up and taken away. That's Carroll with the theft.
So any time that Allen tries to go one-on-one, he doesn't realize how well St. Joe's plays team defense and how well they can stop that dribble penetration.
By Witherspoon again, the kick out to West.
Sensational.
That is St. Joe's basketball right there.
Sensational.
9 for West, 9 for Nelson.
I really think Nelson has as good a basketball IQ, and I hate to keep repeating that, as anybody we have seen in a long, long time. He recognizes when you can dribble, when you can kick out, when you've got to take the jump shot. Look at that.
Traveling call on Weatherspoon. Got pinned, came back down with it.
See, here's what he sees. He recognizes, hey, there's a defender down in there that can block my shot. And here he comes. So guess what? I'm getting it out of there. West knowing I'm going to stand beyond the three-point line because my buddy and teammate knows how to get me the ball. No defense against that.
And that's what's so beautiful about it. You watch West and his footwork. He saw it coming 5 feet before Barley, or before West got inside, or before Nelson got inside. Bobick is back in with the 2 fouls. From the corner, Carroll not hitting the shot so far. Bobick.
But that was a good shot opportunity. Exactly what Phil Martelli would like his team to have. Wide open look for Carroll.
Barley can play out there. Tipped around into the hands of Jameer.
Smallest guy on the floor. Picks it off, he and Lucas.
Again, aware of where West is. Back over to Barley, wide open. The bounce pass, setting up Jones. And Allen collects his second. Nasty spill right there.
Jones going to pop right back up. Good bounce pass. Good move on the part of Jones to try to take it all the way, recognizing he's going to get hit by the body, goes to finish. Nothing shy about that play. #1 shot blocker in the Atlantic 10 2 years in a row. Primarily set screens, plays defense, rebounds, and block shots.
Rutherford comes back in along with Jason Miller, 33 for the Cowboys.
And Eddie Sutton right now is rotating with that bench nowhere near as effectively as Phil Martelli is with his.
Jones hits them both. That's the biggest tournament deficit so far for the entire tournament for the Cowboys. They're down 9.
And look at the press. Now, if Lucas thinks he's going to beat this with a dribble, this is not a good ball-handling team on the floor right now for Oklahoma State.
Banked home by Allen. But once they broke that press, if you get Allen in there, he can make things happen. Here's Nelson right back with the kick out. West over Allen.
Probably not a good idea. I think West should try to take Allen on the dribble right now. He's got 2 fouls. And pick up that third one could be very important. Look at how uneasy Lucas is trying to dribble that ball. He realizes now and has gained a lot of respect for what Nelson, Barley, and West can do with their hands against the dribble.
And with Lucas, we're talking about the media's choice as the player of the year in the Big 12. Here he is, open top of the key for just a moment. Carroll trying to defend, and Lucas is on the board.
John can't even get his breath. He's trying so hard. It's a lot easier to play the game than watch your son play it, and John is having a rough time.
But that look of Lucas's, the dad, at times as a player.
I thought that was a foul, but what a cut through on the double team.
And a big hack here. Uh-oh, is this Bobick?
No, I think that's, yeah, it is going to be Bobick.
If it is, it's 3. It is.
Look at that cut through. They try to hedge. I really thought there was a foul here. No call on the play. Fortunately for St. Joe, they get the ball back and pick up the 3rd foul on Bobick.
So Bobick with 3, and Eddie Sutton looks to his assistants, including son Sean, as the first one spins out for Barley. Now they bring in Weatherspoon. This young man, Tyrone Barley, senior from Newark, New Jersey. This is like a home game for him right here.
Jim, let me give you an example of the difference of these benches. St. Joe's bench this year created 387 points, 17% of their points from the 3-point line. For Oklahoma State, only 9 points from the bench all year from 3. A huge difference, and Phil Martelli taking advantage of it.
The lead had been 9, down to 6.
In the sea of online investing, only one place knows how to satisfy the hungriest of traders. That's Power E-Trade. With flat $9.99 commissions, the industry-leading 2-second execution guarantee, and dedicated service for active traders. And now you can attack the markets with 50 free trade commissions. If you could use the #1 site for active traders, why on earth wouldn't you? Call 1-877-E-TRADE2 or visit getpoweretrade.com today.
So you've seen the car. What do you think?
I'm going to show you a figure, and let me know if we can make it happen.
Yeah, we can do that.
It's Mazda's Spring Into Motion sales event. Get huge savings on a huge selection of 2004 Mazdas. Get up to $2,500 cash back or choose 0.0% APR financing for 60 months, plus a $500 bonus through Mazda American Credit Financing. See your Mazda dealer for a test drive. Mazda's Spring Into Motion sales event ends March 31st.
1,300 flights a day, huh?
Yeah, to over 200 countries.
Really?
So I can get this to Hong Kong, no problem.
一日飛去200幾個國家，
每日超過1300班機啊！
真㗎？
所以我要送呢個去芝加哥咯。 冇問題.
Well, next thing you know, you're going to tell me that there's a guy over there just like you.
Seriously, there is.
Uh-huh. Bye-bye.
Global shipping.
See you tomorrow.
With a very familiar face. UPS. What can Brown do for you?
Two things stand out in this game summary: three-point shots and the lack of turnovers.
Absolutely.
Committed by St. Joe's.
You can see the fact that Oklahoma State has not gotten into their half-court offense. Now, here's a beautiful pick-and-roll situation, one of many that St. Joe's instituted so far in this first half. Jones sets the screen. West sees it coming. No help on that side. Goes back into Jones down there for an easy dunk. I realize that was early in the game, Jim, but throughout the course of this first half, we've seen St. Joe go against that defense where they jump out. And the last time we saw Nelson go right through the hedge man and take it right to the basket. Good execution.
Two starters on the floor for the Cowboys. Lucas and Allen with the ball right now.
And Allen better not challenge Barley with the dribble. Bad idea.
Desperate pass.
Good catch, Jim. Pat McGrath with an assist.
Trying to take it away from me. Come on, Pat. What are you doing here? Come on.
You know what you have to recognize. Go ahead, Jim.
Singer at the half. Greg Humble, Clark Kellogg, Seth Davis. We'll speak with Kansas head coach Bill Self coming up, plus your one-on-one singular Billy Packer challenge, trivia challenge coming up singular at the Allen, yes, that one, the rainbow shot.
If you're Oklahoma State, what you have got to do is to tell your guards, don't challenge full court or in a half court the defensive players from St. Joe's with your dribble. Pass the ball and get it inside. They've taken 7 outside shots, 7 threes. That is not their game. They only take usually 11 the whole game.
Even worse, they haven't made one.
That's right. But, you know, they don't count on the three-point shot as does St. Joe. St. Joe is getting them to play their game in this first half. What you're always trying to do to your opponent, impose your game on theirs.
10 on the shot clock. Nelson. Graham defending out to Carroll.
Good kick.
Yes, Carroll passed up a good shot, but it comes right back to him for another try.
He's got to make that shot. There's a push-up that time on Jones' cheap foul. But Jim, isn't that amazing? Great ball handling and rotation by St. Joe's. Carroll does not make the shot. You know, you can do all the things, you can't execute the made shot, everything breaks down.
You know, they have only 2 turnovers, the Hawks. Plus, that was only the 4th team foul. Nowhere near the bonus situation as we approach 2 minutes to go in the half.
See, I think this is a good way to go ahead and break that press. Jones is not going to do anything with McFarland. Keep it out of your guard's hands. Let McFarland bring it up.
Switch off here.
Oh, Allen likes that matchup right now on Carroll.
Whips it over Witherspoon. McFarland, yes.
That matchup will break down St. Joe's every time. Carroll not quick enough or strong enough to play with Allen.
Brought it back to 2. It was a 9-point lead. Just a few moments back for the Hawks. An 8-1 span here. West steps out, now drives, fade away.
Oh, he loves that fade away. Unlike Nelson, he's more accustomed, Jim, with that fadeaway jumper when he gets inside as opposed to taking it all the way.
Bounce pass taken away by Jameer.
Again, backcourt trying to dribble through traffic. Not a good idea.
Barley lost the handle, but off McFarland. The regional finals tomorrow, the last 2 entries to San Antonio will be decided first in St. Louis, where Kansas plays Georgia Tech, then down in Atlanta, Xavier and Duke tomorrow on the road to the Final Four on CBS.
Big key, B.J. Elder for Georgia Tech. They can ill afford to have him out of a big ball game like this. Another wide open shot.
Carroll, it rattles out. Allen's on the run.
Look
at that pass by Jameer up to Barley. A steal and a pass going the other way.
Jim, I don't know what Eddie Sutton can say to his players while this half is on, but they have got to understand you cannot beat St. Joe with the dribble. They are so clever with Barley and West and Nelson taking your dribble away, give the ball up to a big man, and get in your half-court set.
Look at the points off turnovers, 16-0.
And I would say 90% of those created by dribble situations.
Lucas way out there top of the key.
Close.
Well, that pass, though, by Jameer Nelson after the steal, that one was a special highlight. Timeout called by St. Joe's. Watch this, going the other way, able to snap it down court to Barley. And the Hawks are up by 8. Let's see.
We're witnessing a college basketball miracle. Dick Vitale silent for an entire 17 seconds. On a personal note, for myself and sportscasters everywhere, I'd like to thank the crust, the juicy toppings, and the pizza delivery guy.
For fresh baked pizza at home, pick up DiGiorno for the game and you could win NCAA Final Four tickets for life. Look for details on specially marked packages or visit craftfoods.com.
Back in New Jersey, Jim Nance, Billy Packer, Bonnie Bernstein. Interesting to look at the school presidents. Father Timothy Lannon, St. Joe's on the left. And yes, that is the school president from Oklahoma State, Dr. David Schmidley, who was wearing that outfit because Eric Eplin right here, the student who normally wears that, could not be here at the start of the game. In fact, he could not be here. He's their #1 fan. He was not here, this young man, Eric Eplin, on Thursday because he was being interviewed for law school. He has never been to a Cowboy loss, home or away. So,
Well,
the president stepped in and used the wardrobe on Thursday. Now he's changed back.
That would have been an interesting scene. And what's my line had you shown him with that wig on? President of the university. And here we see hold it for the last shot. Nice timeout by Phil Martelli, particularly with a ball in the hands of this young man.
Operates with 5 to the corner. Three-point shot is off. Weatherspoon has it. And St. Joe's goes to the locker room in front by 6. Well, Billy, those two stars, Nelson and West, they have 20 of the 33 for St. Joe's. And let's go over to Bonnie Bernstein.
Phil Martelli, your team's known for three-point shooting and defense. How clutch is the deep end in the first half?
Well, the defense has been real good. I think it can be better, though. I think that we're trying to make them shoot jump shots. They've gotten a few too many layups. We'll have to change that up. And our shooting was a little bit rushed. We have to slow down just a bit.
Jameer Nelson scores, dishes, forces turnovers. How effective has this game been tonight?
Well, our pressure defense, I think, across the board has been very good so far.
Great. Thanks, Coach.
His side is in front by 6. We've got Greg Gumbel along with Clark and Seth coming up in just a moment.
CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the Men's Basketball Championship is sponsored by Capital One, The Home Depot, Miller, and by Saturn.
Excuse me. I'm ready for my test drive. I brought my own course.
It's Mazda's Spring Into Motion sales event. Get huge savings on a huge selection of 2004 Mazdas. Get up to $2,500 cash back or choose 0.0% APR financing for 60 months, plus a $500 bonus through Mazda American Credit Financing. See your Mazda dealer for a test drive. Mazda's Spring Into Motion sales event ends March 31st.
CSI Miami has had some tough days, but nothing compares to this. A drug deal goes bad.
Killer went out this way.
A reporter is kidnapped.
Where is she?
She's turning on to 12.
Right or left?
Left. And terrorists threaten the city.
Get out of the vehicle and get your hands in the air right now!
A new CSI Miami, CBS Monday.
A tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS.
On April 16th, a man with nothing to live for.
We're really sorry about your family.
Will become a hero.
Don't let your memories kill you.
They can't kill me. I'm already dead.
With everything to fight for.
Those who do evil to others will come to know me well.
No one's ever stood up for me before.
The Punisher, rated R. In theaters everywhere, April 16th.
Has anybody checked the interior?
Some of the finest leather I've ever seen.
Premium leather?
Power rear door.
Rear seat DVD entertainment system.
Entertainment system?
And navigation.
It's a camera. It's a rear view camera.
The Lexus RX 330. Putting the world on notice. Again. At your Chicago area Lexus dealer.
Before there's money, there's work.
Well,
Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Good luck.
What? Schmetterman? Nickelberg? Nickelweinzen, Chowski, O'Twee, and the partners, Van Henkel-Har, O'Twee and partners. How may I help you? Schmetterman, Nickelberg, Wachowski, Cartuccio, Van Henkel-Har, O'Twee and partners. Schmetterman, Nickelberg, Wachowski, Cartuccio, Van Henkel-Har, O'Twee and partners. How can I help you?
LaSalle, the bank that appreciates your hard work.
Greg Gumbel in New York coming up on Singular at the Half. The Huskies are in. We'll look at their win and talk with Kansas coach Bill Self and star forward Wayne Simeon after this message and a word from your local station.
If you want to tame your turf, you can. If you want to trim it, chop it, or just take a little off the sidewalk, you can. The Home Depot makes it easy with great brands like John Deere, Toro, and Honda. And now get no payments, no interest till March 2005 on any lawn and garden power equipment purchase of $299 or more. Just use your Home Depot consumer credit card. If you want to make the grass greener on your side, you can. The Home Depot. You can do it. We can help.
Any driver can recognize their own car. But how many cars can recognize their driver? Smart Key technology from Lexus.
He was brought over from the dark side. Hellboy. But this Friday...
Born a demon, but you will help him become a man.
He will fight to save us all.
Remember who you are!
It's coming for us! Hellboy.
Skip to the end. How do I kill it?
Rated PG-13.
We're witnessing a college basketball miracle. Dick Vitale silent for an entire 17 seconds. On a personal note, for myself and sportscasters everywhere, I'd like to thank the crust, the juicy toppings, and the pizza delivery guy.
For fresh baked pizza at home, pick up DiGiorno for the game and you could win NCAA Final Four tickets for life. Look for details on specially marked packages or visit craftfoods.com.
What can water teach us about brokerage firms? The greater the resources, the greater the power. Wachovia Securities welcomes Prudential Securities and its clients. Talk to one of our financial advisors. Together, we can achieve uncommon results. Wachovia Securities.
Enjoy the month-long crazy ride with CBS Sports and Coca-Cola.
It's going down, because we around. We've earned this chance. Now we gotta go out and play. We can get the drama popping real quick. Be a warrior and make this.
We didn't come here to come close. We came here to win the game.
Here we go.
The Late Show with David Letterman.
Oh, man.
Risking it all to entertain America.
CBS Sports presents Singular at the Half, sponsored by Singular Wireless, the wireless company that fits you best.
And welcome back to our New York studios in Singular at the Half, everyone. Greg Gumbel with Clark Kellogg and Seth Davis. Our halftime score in East Rutherford. St. Joe's leading 33-27. As you take a look at the numbers, let's give our partner a pat on the back. What did he say earlier about points off turnovers being a big deal here?
He certainly did. Seth called it, and that certainly has been the difference so far, and also the ability of St. Joe's, even though they're not shooting it that well, they have made three from behind the three-point line. Oklahoma State has not made any. But the points off turnovers, we're going to take a look at the pressure defense from St. Joe's. An errant pass created this turnover opportunity, and Jameer Nelson finishes. Then right after that possession, Oklahoma State did a nice job, broke the pressure, then penetration here by Tony Allen leads to an easy bucket for Joey Graham. You've got to handle the ball better and attack with good, solid dribbling to get inside against that pressure deep.
You mentioned the St. Joe's defense. That means I get to talk about Tyrone Varley again. I can't get enough of this kid. He completely changed the tone of the game. He came in about the 14-minute mark. Look at him slide all the way over to take the charge on Daniel Bobick. That was Bobick's second. Look at this chin-to-elbow defense on Tony Allen. He created a turnover here. It did not go into the stat book as a steal, but he's the one that made it happen. St. Joe's has been winning all of its games this year because of its defense, and Tyrone Varley, as a senior, gives them leadership, gives them toughness. That's why they're winning at the halftime, and that's their best chance to get to San Antonio.
All right, and the winner of the St. Joe's Oklahoma State game will play the winner of tomorrow's Kansas-Georgia Tech game. Earlier this evening in Phoenix, Alabama and UConn. Watch UConn's Emeka Okafor. Rebound, goes up, gets fouled, missed the free throw, but he missed more than that. Slight shoulder injury caused him not to be able to finish the game.
Well, Rashad Anderson didn't miss much of anything. That was his 5th three-pointer of the first half. How about 6 for 6? And UConn was up 24 at halftime.
UConn's Ben Gordon on the outlet pass here has the layup. The Huskies won it by a score of 87-71 to earn a trip to Texas. After the game, Emeka with our Dick Enberg on his shoulder.
I had to leave the game early, but my teammates, they did their job and helped get this win out.
Any pain right now?
A little tingling, nothing too serious. This team is plenty good enough to get to a Final Four and plenty good enough to do a pretty good job there. So I love this team, and they've been just great all year.
It was always a dream come true. There's a lot of players at this stage in their career never even get a chance to play to go to the Final Four, and it's just a tremendous accomplishment for myself and my teammates.
If I was at home, watching that game, I would be real envious of whoever's going to the Final Four. So it's just a great feeling, and we're going to cherish every moment of it.
We've played some great teams this year within the league and then without the league. They made believers out of me today. There's no question.
UConn's been to the Final Four once before. Back in '99, came out of Phoenix, incidentally, that year and won a national championship.
Well, they're a terrific basketball team, and you saw how explosive they can be offensively with Gordon and Rashad Anderson. You wonder about Emeka Okafor's stinger. I've had one of those before. They can last for an hour, a day, or 2 days. I'm hopeful by next week that he'll be fine and ready to go.
Yeah, I think you've got to go back to UNLV in 1991, the last time a team looked this dominant in the Final Four. Difference with this team in UConn, though, is they have been challenged and tested during the regular season. I just can't even envision them losing at this point.
All right, guys. Tomorrow, Kansas will take on Georgia Tech with a trip to the Final Four on the line. Earlier today, we had a chance to talk with Kansas coach Bill Self and Jayhawks forward Wayne Simeon, and we asked the coach if the team's progress under his tutelage has gone as quickly as he had planned.
It was a little longer than I expected. I think when we came in and hit the ground running, everything was pretty good. Then when we started practice, these guys are probably thinking, what in the world is this guy talking about? But it probably took until Christmas. And we really didn't put the whole thing together like we've been playing here recently until probably towards the end of February.
Bill, you talked about this team coming together where I actually did one of your games during that time, and I can remember you distinctly saying that your team had a run left in it. What gave you the confidence to feel that way at that time?
I knew we had good enough players to do it. I knew how bad these guys wanted it, but for whatever reasons, whether it be health, transition, or whatever, we just hadn't put together. I knew we would, though.
Wayne, you've played extremely well all year long, particularly in the tournament, but you have been fighting a groin injury. How's your health right now?
Right now, physically, I feel pretty good. But just, at a big-time caliber games like this, tournament, and then, especially missing out last year, the enthusiasm that I have and, this year, the joy of being out there with my teammates, overrides any type of, physical, pain that I'm feeling out there.
Wayne, you're one game away from the Final Four. You mentioned how you were not able to play last year. Give us some thoughts about Georgia Tech and what your feelings are going into tomorrow.
Guard matchup is going to be tremendous with, Elder and Muhammad and those guys, and, Keith and Aaron are definitely going to be ready. But it's definitely going to be a big-time battle, and, look forward to playing tomorrow.
Bill, let me ask you about Georgia Tech. It does look like B.J. Elder's going to play, but he might be limited. Will you look more closely when you're scouting Georgia Tech at the times that they've played without him to prepare for that eventuality?
No, Seth, I don't think so. There's numerous times during any ball game that B.J. may not be in there, and they have enough depth to play without one or two key players during long stretches of time. The parts are interchangeable, and it's probably, and on the defensive end, it's probably as sound as anybody we played all year.
Coach, you're still close enough to home. I'm wondering, did you watch your former team, Illinois, play last night?
Got a chance to see a large part of the second half after we got back to the hotel, and you know, those guys had a great year. They got a tough draw, you know, having to go against Duke, but you know, even though I'm not there, I know everybody in our family was pulling for them.
Kansas will face off against Georgia Tech in the St. Louis Regional Final tomorrow. It tips at 2:40 Eastern here on CBS. That's followed by the Atlanta Regional Final between Xavier and Duke. And our Regional Final Sunday starts at noon Eastern with a CBS Sports Special, Glory in Black and White, the story of the 1966 NCAA champions. Then at 1:30 Eastern, Clark, Seth, and I will be back on the road to the Final Four to get you set for all the regional finals action. Time now for the Singular One-on-One with Billy Packer Trivia Challenge. Seth, who was the first freshman to be named Most Outstanding Player of the NCAA Tournament?
Got to be never nervous, Purvis, Greg, right?
No, you're wrong. The answer is Utah's Arnie Farron, who earned that honor back in 44. For a chance, you got it wrong in rehearsal, too. For a chance to win a trip to the Final Four, send a text message to 26222 or log on to cbssportsline.com/2NCAA. Thank you for joining us here on Singular at the Half. Jim and Billy are back with the second half of Oklahoma State and St. Joe's after this.
CBS Sports presents Singular at the Half, sponsored by Singular Wireless, the wireless company that fits you best.
I pull for the underdog. I yell at the coaches, blast the refs. I pray, curse, cry. I will drop down on my knees and beg for a three-pointer from half court.
Play your way to the NCAA Final Four with Singular. You can be entered weekly for a trip for two every time you send and receive a text, instant, or a multimedia message, and every time you download games and ringtones. The more you do, the better your chances.
Yeah, baby.
Play your way to the NCAA Final Four. Another way Singular fits you best.
Somebody once said, everyone will get 15 minutes of fame. Some insurance companies seem to think that that's all you need. But at Allstate, they think 15 minutes may not be enough. That's why they'll take as much time as you need so you can make sure your insurance coverage is right. You deserve more time in the spotlight. That's Allstate's stand. Are you in good hands?
Great teams are often forged over the hot coals of adversity. On the eve of the big meeting, the third quarter numbers suddenly changed. But so did your presentation, automatically. You have the new Microsoft Office system. It's a Cinderella story.
Do you have the right truck? The best-selling half-ton regular and extended cab is now available as a crew cab. Introducing the new Silverado half-ton crew. It's the right truck from Chevy.
Like a rock.
Quick, in the top 5 water polo players in the world. Okay, how about 1? Yeah. I didn't start playing water polo to get famous. And the same goes for being a biology major. I like working in protein chemistry. Quick, in the top 5 protein chemists in the world.
There are over 360,000 NCAA student athletes, and just about all of us will be going pro in something other than sports.
Charles Bennett's high school dream was to teach in the old neighborhood, but without the money for college, all he got was the old neighborhood. Support the United Negro College Fund. A mind is a terrible thing to waste.
We are 20 minutes of basketball away from finding out who will run to San Antonio in the Final Four and who on this night is the boss of the hardwood in Jersey.
An available CD, MP3 player, and a car you can actually afford.
And we can roll all day.
Sounds good, huh? Meet the surprisingly big Chevy Aveo. With the surprisingly big 5-year, 60,000-mile powertrain promise. The new Chevrolets, an American revolution.
Catch CSI, TV's most watched drama, Thursdays on CBS. It's all here.
With XM satellite radio.
Find hotel.
Bluetooth wireless technology.
Dial.
And voice-activated navigation.
Do you need directions?
No thanks. I got them.
You are not alone. Introducing the all-new 270 horsepower Acura TL.
Nice. Real nice. Good. Good times two. Single. Double.
What are you doing?
Double. Single.
White Castle doubles. Cheese, bacon cheese, and jalapeno cheese. They're double delicious. White Castle, what you crave.
All-new BMW X3. Lease yours for only $399 a month, now through March 31st.
On the basketball court, Kentucky coach Tubby Smith's team performs to the highest standards. Off the court, the Tubby Smith Foundation donates money to provide technology skills to low-income students. Because to Coach Smith, winning means providing a brighter future for our children.
Success rate is about 99% of the kids that have access to computers get their education, graduate from high school, go on to college.
At Microsoft, we see your potential. We're inspired to create software that helps you reach it. CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the Men's Basketball Championship is sponsored by Microsoft. Courtyard by Marriott. Coca-Cola. And by the new Chevrolets.
Second half about to begin here, Billy, and there are some really one-sided numbers here to look at.
Very, very strange three-point field goal. St. Joe off the mark, but look at Oklahoma State, 0 for 8 from 3. That's more than they want to shoot, but there's certainly a lot more than they'd want to be making.
The steals also favoring heavily the Hawks, 6-1.
And how about that with the dribble? Oklahoma State has gotten themselves in trouble to the tune of 16 points off of steals.
Versus none on the other side.
That's right.
Points off turnovers. West leading the way with 11. You mentioned the 0 for 8 from behind the arc for the Cowboys. That includes John Lucas, 0 for 5. All right, so St. Joe's with the 6-point lead. 20 minutes away from someone having their ticket punched for San Antonio. Who will it be? Nelson working on Bobick, who has 3 fouls, and it goes right under the basket. Brings it back out. West lost the handle and a turnover right away on the first possession of the second half.
Good quick hands by Allen. One of the things you might want to think of if you're St. Joe's, Allen, who gets very aggressive, to go ahead and see if you can't challenge him a little bit, whoever he's guarding with the dribble, see if he'll be aggressive and pick up that third foul. Here's the key right now. Can Lucas get into this game at all, Jim? He has really had problems both shooting the ball and handling it.
Nelson eyeing him. Bring it out to the top scorer in that first half. Now Bobick with the 3. Wow, that was from way out there.
I didn't think he really had caught that ball properly. That was some release.
It's very similar to what he did now against Pittsburgh on Thursday night. Bobick came right out in the second half after a dry first half and hit 2 big threes early. A turnover on the last trip by the Hawks, only the 3rd of the night and the first in 11 minutes. West. Hands in the hands of the shortest man on the floor, Lucas.
Nice job by Bobbitt. Lucas, somebody better bring him down.
Only Graham underneath.
Lucas will get some confidence if people don't stop him with the dribble. Carroll is not going to take it inside quickly.
And another turnover.
Timeout, Phil Martelli.
My goodness, what a start. First you get Bobbitt with the first 3 of the night for the Cowboys.
I think that maybe the next time down the floor he times out just to calm his club down a little bit.
They matched the same number of turnovers committed in the entire first half here in the early going. 2 turnovers in 3 possessions.
What an explosive drive that was.
Let's get a report now from Bonnie.
Well, Jim, of the nation's best shooting team, Eddie Sutton said of his Oklahoma State squad, I don't know that I've seen some of my guys shoot as poorly as they did in the first half. He said, but our biggest flaw is our inability to take care of the basketball. He said, we're not used to 10 turnovers a game, and St. Joe's capitalized on almost all of them. He said, boys, we keep doing that. We're going back to Stillwater.
They come out blazing here in the second half. That foul was on Carroll a moment ago, his first. They work it back inside the Graham, and he was pushing off.
That was an offensive foul. Graham's so strong with the upper body, uses that arm sometimes, and Carroll did a wise thing. As soon as he felt the contact, he dropped back.
That's the second on Joey Graham. They've got 2 on Graham, 2 on Allen, 3 on Bobbitt. No foul worries on the other side.
Allen talking to Graham out there. Graham said, hey, you better go back and pick up that man you're guarding. Don't talk to me. And Allen realizes it's rest. You better get there.
Jones working it, working it. Tough shot. Oh, and the loose ball picked up now by McFarland.
What's he going to do with it on the dribble?
He's going to whip it over here to Lucas. Jumper, back of the rim.
Just cannot get anything to fall as Lucas.
Nelson with the big lob. One underneath it. Took it back out to Carroll.
In there.
And out. Pulled back down by McFarland. Carroll now 1 for 7 from 3.
Oh, that shot looked good, Jimmy. You're right on the angle with it. It was an excellent release. Didn't go. And Joe's shooting, well, much poorer than they'd like to from the 3-point line.
Cowboys looking for their first lead since 11-10. Take it with the basket here. It's Lucas. There you go. John Lucas with the 3.
Well, Phil Martelli get that timeout now. I think he needs to change the pace of this game. He's standing up there, but he's letting his team go. Kind of surprised me a little bit.
8-0 to start the second half.
You notice that when Bryant steps out, nobody worries about him. Great backdoor cut.
And Nelson finishes.
Boy, that's when you got confidence in your club. It's come out very slowly.
That's Nelson's first basket in about 10 minutes on the clock. That ties it at 35. Always looking like he wants to work something inside, and he does. To Joey Graham. Beautiful assist.
Great recognition between those 2 players right there, Jim. Allen, who's under control with that great power. And you know, Graham has had some hands, doesn't he, when he catches that ball? It's so powerful.
Carroll. Again, long. Bryant saves it, though. Nelson up high off the window and pulled back down by Graham with those strong hands.
He really does. He grabs that ball with 2 hands, and it's all his. McFarland trying to get Lucas free with some outside screens. That was a lob. Bad play.
And he was trying to find McFarland.
37-35. You don't want to make this spectacular play at this point if you're Oklahoma State. Stay solid.
Eddie Sutton immediately calls on Weatherspoon to go check in. West, a pass in traffic, caught underneath the basket.
No place to go. There are those hands again by Graham.
Lucas signals. Come on, let's move it up. Let's move it quick. Fade away, Lucas.
You know, he's made 2 of the fadeaway jump shots in this ball game, but has not made the straight-in looks.
And there's the timeout called by St. Joe's. They weren't going to wait for the next dead ball, which would have automatically brought one.
Jim, I thought it should have come a little earlier. Get the momentum back.
Settle things down. 12-2 to start the second half for Oak State.
Introducing the 15 new Chevy Colorados. Regular cab, extended cab, and crew cab. The most mid-sized trucks ever unleashed. Chevy Colorado. An American revolution.
It's not the pale moon that excites me, that thrills and delights me. Oh no, it's just the nearness of you when you're in my arms, and I feel.
With over 500 hotels nationwide, we're never far away. Unless, of course, you'd like us to be. Courtyard. Our rooms were made for you.
Here we go, steal, down the middle, 101, bang! Did you see what I see? Because I saw a robbery. Hey, man, does anybody want a Coke? Yeah, we get up, man. Hey, you crazy, man? That's Corinthian leather. And use the footstool to get to the refrigerator. I'm running all over y'all like a treadmill. Oh, I am the greatest! I'm the greatest. Can't stop it. It's bad hot. I'm telling you, I'm just super nice in it, you know? That's all. When you nice, right?
That's like a dish towel. What if you believed you committed murder, then discovered you could be innocent?
What did you see that night?
Something I wish I hadn't. TV's most watched new drama, Cold Case, CBS Sunday.
UConn is in the Final Four. This is the second piece of the puzzle. And interestingly, the winner of this game will not play UConn next week in the semifinals. Instead, we'll play the winner of Georgia Tech. Kansas comes your way tomorrow on CBS.
Jim, we have seen two different philosophies here in regard to defense. St. Joe in the first half did a great job with full court pressure. You can see here Oklahoma State not wanting any part of full court pressure to go up against Nelson. They wait for him in the half-court set.
Even with this 12-2 Cowboy run to begin the second half, Barley is not brought in. The super sub still sits. Here's West with his own fadeaway. And unlucky with the roll that time. McFarland has it for the Cowboys. Graham on up jump.
Nice shot. Graham, does he seem focused, Jim, or not in this second half?
You know, he can not only control the boards, but he can get on an offensive spurt you wouldn't believe. West, that one's blocked by McFarland. No, they say he got a piece of the hand.
Second time today, McFarland picked up a foul where he thought he had a pretty good defensive chance for the block.
And that's 3 on McFarland.
Remember with it early in the first half when Nelson made that drive down the lane, McFarland picked up that foul.
Talking about Joey Graham a moment ago, scoring at the other end. He now has a double-double tonight, 11 points, 10 rebounds.
Well, he had a 36-point game against Nebraska, the most ever scored in the IBA Arena, with the exception of the 58 Bob Curley scored way back in 1946. So that record still standing.
So Titus coming in for Carroll and Barley in for Bryant.
Let's see what Barley can do. He has been the man, in my estimation, that has been the key in this tournament to change things around for St. Joe. Can he do it again?
Free throws by Delonte West. Oklahoma State's hit 6 of its first 8 in this half to take the lead.
Honey, I love it.
It's not just your new car.
We're going to keep it really clean.
I'm going to get a special rag. It's your dream car.
How's it going to fit?
So don't insure it with just anybody. Move up to a State Farm agent, someone you can always count on to be there, with multi-car discounts, competitive rates, and the coverage your baby deserves. Life gets better. Shouldn't your auto insurance company?
Perfect.
Video is my thing. I'm always looking for all the action. Finding the right moments, the right shot, the best angle. I need something to capture my attention. I need the right motivation. Hey, how can I not get inspired with these new Chicken McNuggets from McDonald's? Now made with white meat, they're so good it's hard for me to stay focused. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Come on, come on.
The fact is, all light beers are low in carbs.
So good, don't it? This is
real. It's all here.
I got a fever, an inflammation that's...
Introducing the new Chevy Equinox.
You turn the heat on me.
It's one hot SUV.
Why do we rent from Enterprise? Because having the right car makes all the difference.
Grandma, look, they're here. Hi, Grandma.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the Men's Basketball Championship is sponsored by Mountain Dew, IBM, Hellboy, and by McDonald's.
And the Hawk. And meanwhile, you remember that lob pass young John Lucas tried to attempt? Look at his dad.
You know, for every father, and Jim, we've been there, you get in a game like this, you anguish so much, and I hope that John is not looking at his father, John, because you can't get involved, but his father is dying right here now. It was so much easier to play the game than to watch your son play it. But he was giving him some good advice. Stay away from that lob pass, get back to the dribble, and shoot and get a good release on your jump shot. So it was all good advice. It's tough for a young man to have to listen.
And there's the young man, and it's knocked away. Of course, the dad, great point guard at Maryland 30 years ago, and he had his own agonizing moments.
Oh, boy.
In postseason play. Back then, you could only get one team in from the conference, and they had that storied overtime ACC final game against NC State, and they're a double up, and yes, it's nope, timeout. Oh, I thought
he went out of bounds with
so
it.
Did I.
Those strong hands allowed Graham to get the timeout.
Timeout, Oak State.
Hi, team.
Problem.
Try rebooting.
Already did. Meeting in minutes.
Run utilities.
Not good.
Alt FX.
It's getting worse. Something's happening.
Hit escape.
There is no escape.
Problem solved.
What?
Replaced.
How'd you do that?
Coast to coast walkie-talkies get it done. Nextel.
In 34 years as a head coach, Eddie Sutton, only Dean Smith more wins after 34 years on the bench. 764 W's. And looking for his third Final Four. 1978 Arkansas, 95 Oklahoma State, his home school. Here we go with 6 seconds on the shot clock. Allen with the three. Tipped up by Graham, battling for it.
It's alive. Nice hustle there by Jones. Nelson tough in this position.
Spin move, and look over the Cowboys up there trying to influence that shot.
That was McFarland about, what would you say, a foot above the board there?
He had company. Allen got the fake on Stakaitis, and this will be a foul on St. Joe's.
We're seeing some men step up here, Jim, in this second half.
Dwayne Jones on the foul, and whether you're looking for live scores and updated brackets from each game or game centers with in-depth play-by-play, you can find it all. CBSSportsLine.com. Inbounds pass, Lucas. Bank shot, yes.
Surprised Nelson by breaking to the basket that time. Got a good open look. Lucas now starting to pick up some confidence in the second half, Jim.
Is he ever, Billy? 7 points in the half, 9 for the game.
Maybe he has been watching his father. Wide open.
Nelson.
Big hit.
Considering how they had struggled from the floor in this half before that one.
You can see what Oklahoma State is now doing for Lucas. They're setting a big screen to try to break that defender so he can't go ahead and play a man-to-man. Smart move by Eddie Sutton.
Hey, how big that shot was. They've made only one of their first 10 in this half before the three by Jameer. Lucas.
A little bit of a line drive. They got a fast break opportunity. Are they going to take it? Here comes West.
Cowboys get back in a hurry. 3-point lead for Oklahoma State.
Seems like everything changes when Barley comes in the game, doesn't it? They seem to be much more composed. They get better shots, better looks, and obviously stronger defense.
And better leadership. There's a three by Delonte West.
He just changes this game around.
The defender all over Lucas right here. That's his nickname around Hawk Hill.
And West is saying to Allen, go ahead, put up the jump shot.
Joey Graham and Stakaitis out high with the foul. So back-to-back threes by St. Joe's for a 6-point run. Bring Bobbitt back in along with Crawford.
Jim, and it really is interesting in regard to three-point shooting. St. Joe's shoots 40% from three. And you have a team, Oklahoma State, that holds opponents to 30%. So something has to give.
So far, they're 5 out of 19. So Oklahoma State's got the percentage battle going. Bobbitt never had a clean handle. Instead, sets up Lucas.
Ooh, what a rebound.
Look at that. Fighting inside with Crawford falling to the floor, and a foul against St. Joe's. That's again against Dwayne Jones. That's his third.
Well, when Eddie Sutton went to the bench in the first half, things kind of got out of focus for their team. Now Crawford comes in and does a couple of solid things. Bryant's going to come in for Jones now that they don't get him in time.
He raced to check in, but did not get there in time.
And Graham again using those hands to push the defender away. He got hit on the arm by Stakaitis, no question. Stakaitis just not big enough or strong enough to guard him.
3 on Stakaitis. Sunday night's lineup tomorrow night in America's #1 network. It all begins with #1 news magazine, 60 Minutes, then Cold Case, and the CBS Sunday movie, Jesus. All here Sunday on CBS, America's most watched network. Graham at the line for 2. That's newcomer in the Big 12 this year.
Jim, there's something interesting about this team. In the first 15 games of the year, they shot only 63% from the foul line. Since then, 73%. Terrific improvement, and obviously has a lot to do with the terrific run they've had.
Joey Graham has tied his career high in this game with 10 rebounds. Gets the second to go. 1-point lead, Oklahoma State. Barley. Lucas trying to defend. West.
Tough shot.
All Cowboys underneath. Lucas races up. In the lane, it's Graham. Oh, what a feed, Lucas.
Wow, and that will be a foul on Bryant as well. Terrific job by Lucas to spot him. Here's where hustle counts. And you see right now, Graham, as I said, the men are now coming to play. Terrific job on his part. Just too strong, too big, and can really elevate.
And draws the third foul on Bryant. So Joey Graham having a huge night here for OSU. 3-point play and a 4-point lead as they head to the benches. What a different team we're seeing this half. Joey Graham and John Lucas. And the Cowboys lead at 47-43.
Magna cum laudes, Rhodes Scholars, academic laureates. Hardly. And do you, someone like Tracy McGrady, can expand his horizons and experience the things he missed by not playing college basketball, like getting showered with gifts. You too can enjoy all Do You offers. Just drink Dew, collect points, log on to DoYou.com, and redeem them for great Dew gear.
I can do that.
Hardly.
Welcome to the Bureau for Paranormal Research and Defense. Oh my God. There are things that go bump in the night. And we are the ones who bump back. Hellboy.
It's coming for us.
Hellboy. Rated PG-13. Opens everywhere Friday.
I got a fever, an inflammation that's...
Introducing the new Chevy Equinox.
You turn the heat on me.
It's one hot SUV.
Spicy.
Excuse me? Only Taco Bell has the crunchy, melty, spicy stuff you crave. Spice up the night. Open till midnight or later.
I am a player.
You're a what?
I've been given the thinnest, lightest ThinkPad ever. Ergo, player. Dual wireless antenna, epic battery life, the wireless machine. Made for players.
And did you get the leather case? Or was that just me?
Wireless for players, only on the ThinkPad with Intel Centrino mobile technology.
If you want to tame your turf, you can. If you want to trim it, chop it, or just take a little off the sidewalk, you can. The Home Depot makes it easy with great brands like John Deere, Toro, and Honda. And now get no payments, no interest till March 2005 on any lawn and garden power equipment purchase of $299 or more. Just use your Home Depot consumer credit card. If you want to make the grass greener on your side, you can. The Home Depot. You can do it. We can help.
Jim Nantz with Billy Packer, Bonnie Bernstein, Jameer, and Delonte. They huddled with the coach, came out of the huddle, and then Jameer brought the rest of the team over, put his arms around him, and had his own word or two for the rest of the team.
Well, terrific senior leadership on that young man. Up to come back to this team and has been the leader all year long. So that's not too surprising.
3 Hawks with 3 fouls. Stakaitis, Jones, and Bryant.
And Jones is having to sit.
Barley in traffic, and Bryant fed by Barley.
Little difference with McFarland out of the game, Jim, with a little foul trouble. He would have been there for that play. Ooh, what a tough matchup right here.
A little elbow to the chin of Nelson.
Yeah.
Graham was trying to free himself, and a hold called on Jameer. Thursday on a new Survivor, the All-Stars think it's time for a merge, but what they get is a bizarre twist that will shake up the game, and you'll see it Thursday at 8/7 Central. America's most watched network. Survivor back to its usual time. That's the 7th team foul, so we're in the 1-1 for Oklahoma State.
Jim, Nelson very seldom finds a guy that he goes up against that he isn't as strong physically as, and there was one of the few times that would happen to him. That's why Graham was on that line.
Whistle before the shot.
It's going to be fighting through the screen. Bryant set a decent screen, gets fouled.
And it's called on Graham as we look at some of his big moments in this game. Graham with a double-double, 15 points, 10 rebounds. He just picked up his 3rd foul for the Cowboys, and that's the 3rd team foul.
This is very big, but falling in can do the job defensively, but Graham was just getting in sync on the offensive end. Nice job by Nelson, realizing the cut was not there by West.
Look at Allen out high on West.
I think West ought to try to take him to pick up some fouls. Allen plays so aggressively against that dribble.
Nelson trying to free himself with a shot. What a beautiful tray that one was.
And not only, Jim, a great shot there, but it was good against good defense. Bobick held his ground against all of that, and he still got it off.
17 for Jameer Nelson.
Boy, they are really getting tight
on both ends.
Yep.
As we approach the midway point of the second half, and St. Joe's has regained the lead.
3-point shooting, so important for this club.
8 on the shot clock. Lucas in the lane, floater, front of the rim, tipped up by McFarland. No, it was Allen. And a new 35 for Oklahoma State.
I think Lucas was surprised he was that wide open on the drive.
He loves to survey. Now comes in, hits the shot.
Did a great job, Jim, pulling up on that shot. Rather than going one dribble further, he draws the charge. Smart play.
Tony Allen with 12. And we have our 6th lead change. Wanting to drive. Nelson back out high. Bryant will give it up quickly. To Titus, to West. Bounce pass, a beauty, and finished up by Bryant.
Just great ball handling on the interior. Bryant hanging around, takes advantage.
Back and forth we go. St. Joe's 50, Oklahoma State 49.
Nelson got away with a foul that time. He's got to be careful. Doesn't want to pick anything cheap. They've got to keep him in the game. Both teams' defense is excellent on the ball.
And this ball is hard to shake. And Lucas knows it.
Yep, he can't even get the offense initiated.
7 on the shot clock. Lucas now open from the corner, and he hits the 3.
Well, you had to double team Allen the way he's been showing he can penetrate inside.
Dr. Schmidley, the school president, on his feet cheering it on. Lucas with 12 on the game, 10 coming here in the second half.
A lot of nice movement here by St. Joe, trying to free up one of the 2 guards out here, Nelson or West.
Loose ball picked up by Allen. Over to Crawford. Lucas snaps it ahead. It's McFarland on the run, and the Cowboys score again.
And a foul on the play. No way to stop a man who's a great finisher like that. You might as well let him take the shot.
Some credit to Allen, to Crawford, to Lucas, to McFarland. 4 Cowboys touched it after the steal.
Now, Jim, you've got to let a man like this go ahead and take that shot. Graham coming back in. Allen going to take a little breather right here.
The foul was on Barley, his second. As McFarland's moving in on a double-double. 8 points, 9 rebounds. Chance to go up 5. Another product out of Willow Ridge High School in Missouri City, Texas.
Well,
played with the likes of T.J. Ford, Daniel Ewing, Taylor of Texas.
He started this tournament with a double, 20 and 10 against Eastern Washington. He's picking right up from there.
Lucas, that big 3. Cowboys up by 5.
Do you have the right truck? The best-selling half-ton regular and extended cab is now available as a crew cab. Introducing the new Silverado half-ton crew. It's the right truck from Chevy.
Honey, would you be a dear and pick up your brother?
Faster?
Brother, soccer 6.
Good.
What on earth could you and your grandma be talking about for 3 minutes?
Mom, I didn't make the squad.
Is your family's wireless plan costing you a fortune? Take your number to T-Mobile, where families talk free.
Free?
Free.
Now families talk free. 2 lines, just $49.99.
T-Mobile. Get more.
So, your new friend is cold-filtered?
I'm sorry, I thought you liked smooth beer.
This isn't about me.
That's right, it's not. It's about me and my beer.
What happened to your old beer? We all got along. I liked
Then
it.
you drink it, Dad. Did you ever think I might need flavor and smoothness? Who's up for more?
I don't need to listen to this!
I've tried it. It's good.
In national taste tests, more families preferred the taste of Casey Masterpiece Original Barbecue Sauce over Kraft Original. Casey Masterpiece Barbecue Sauce. When it comes to taste, it's the clear winner.
Why do I rent from Enterprise? For more cargo room. More people room. Or more headroom. Enterprise. So easy it's like having a second car. Or third.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up. It's all here on CBS. The most watched new drama, the most watched new comedy, and the most watched drama on television. Thanks for making CBS America's most watched network.
You know, I want to talk about the St. Joe's flap, and I'm not talking about the Hawk. I'm going to go back to the selection show when I asked you about St. Joe's being a #1 seed. And you felt that Oklahoma State deserved to be a 1.
Absolutely.
And really, if you talk about
but
what
St. Joe's a 5, you know, the 5 on the second line.
The selection committee later told us that the Big 12 tournament final, which Oklahoma State won, finished too late to be factored in. They ended up ranking, because this is the first year they announced it, St. Joe's was their 4th overall seed in the tournament, and Oklahoma State was a 5. It was almost
so fine line.
Such a fine line.
And look at what this game is, Jim. A very fine line. Regardless of who wins this, you could say both of these teams could make their case. But everybody should have an opinion, and obviously the people of Philadelphia had theirs, and it wasn't an agreement of mine. But what's great about the NCAA tournament, and for this coach as well as any coach, you have to win it on the floor.
But it's not like it, you know, they were talking about a difference here. We're talking about the 4th overall team.
It was a
and
gut
the 5th.
Yeah, and in fairness to the committee, it was a gut check. You know?
Sure, and the Cowboys win, and the Big 12 did not have a chance to be factored in. Finished too late. And here these two are dueling to the end for a ticket to San Antonio. With 7.5 to play, and the Cowboys leading by 5. Nelson, beautiful move. Not enough English on that one. Comes back into the hands of McFarland.
And see, Nelson would make that steal normally. McFarland is so strong, and Graham so strong inside, they just can hang on to it. Powerful hands.
Graham is on the floor with 4 fouls. 4th foul coming. 7:38 mark. Here's Allen, found the seam.
Oh, and that time Nelson gets it.
Yeah, well, West kind of forced it. He's up ahead on the run, and it's down to 3.
Allen was still down on the floor. I thought he was hurt there. Good job, Nelson, showing the hands that he's got. Almost walking that time on Witherspoon. Probably did walk. No call.
Lucas having a huge second half. Not this time.
I don't know about that shot, and here's the breakaway.
It's up to West again. Lucas got a hand in there, and it's last touch by Allen. St. Joe's ball.
Jim, because they've been so successful at this, St. Joe's has, with Nelson throwing that ball down there, he takes the chance, even though being down by 3 points. Pretty good chance on his puck.
Oklahoma State has only 1 timeout remaining. We'll be right back.
Vaporize! It's the invention that made them a fortune.
One spray and Doggy Doo disappears.
But everybody wants to know.
Where does the poop go to? I don't know!
Ben Stiller, Jack Black, Envy, rated PG-13. Starts Friday, April 30th.
Why do I rent from Enterprise? For more cargo room. More people room. Or more headroom. Enterprise. So easy it's like having a second car. Or third.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
And the one thing that stands out on this game summary, Billy, rebounds. Look at this, doubling up the total of the Hawks, 36-18.
Well, Jim, you had the Hawks coming into the game with 3 less rebounds than their opponents, and you had in the case of Oklahoma State, they were almost 5 better than their opponents, so an 8 differential there. And it is proven out in this particular game to have one area of the game that Oklahoma State has a big advantage. Had they not turned the ball over and created those turnover points in that first half, Oklahoma State would be in control of this game. But that's why you play, and that's why different assets that each club has made this game so tight.
OSU has committed only 3 turnovers in this half, after 10 in the first, leading to all those points you mentioned, Billy, off turnovers.
Here's that play where they like to clear out on the weak side. No help for Witherspoon. He's got to recognize that.
Here's Barley. Give up pass here. Jones, yes. Down the 1.
Well, what Eddie Sutton is trying to do, and I don't know how long he can keep Graham out of this ball game. Down to 6 minutes now, 1-point game. And the man that's been the difference in this second half is sitting on the bench.
Under 6 minutes to play, and a 1-point lead for OSU. Lucas is handling it for a long time, looking for help, now looking for the shot.
Oh, look at Allen.
Oh, and he says off of Allen.
Wait a minute, that ball.
It looked like the 2 players.
I think the ball hit right off West's back. Let's see this one right here. Shot goes up, Lucas gets the good look. Yeah, there's no question that ball hit St. Joe's in the back. Right there, the ball is touched by West. Big break for St. Joe.
St. Joe can take the lead here. Down 5 just a moment ago. West with the 3. Too strong. Tipped out of bounds by McFarland.
How long will Eddie Sutton go with Graham sitting on the bench? Down to 5:20. He's got 2 starters on the bench.
He's going to bring Bobick back in, but Graham has been sitting for over 2 minutes. Carroll, 3-point shot. Tipped around, batted around into the hands of McFarland.
This game really getting tense, Jim.
You can feel it.
Yeah, you really can. Both of these teams realizing they are 5 minutes away from going to something every kid dreams of, a Final Four. Wait, crossover dribble.
A lot of intensity in this building. Here's Lucas.
On the arm.
He'll go to the line.
That was Carroll on the arm.
Good free throw shooter. Let's check the CBS Sportsline stat of the game. And remember, you can get complete tournament coverage. CBSSportsline.com. Second half turnovers that cut down on them by a wide margin. The Cowboys. Lucas has really stepped up in this second half.
Shooting 2 at 89% free throw shooter. Young man who had all kinds of problems in the first half with his assist turnover ratio, and kind of surprising because on the year he was almost 2.5 to 1. But the defensive makeup of St. Joe's caused him all kinds of problems in the first half.
Transfer from Baylor. Big 12 Conference waived the transfer rule, able to play right away. Said that he loved Coach Sutton the last 2 years, and I didn't even play for him.
I didn't realize till the other day that Brandon Knight tried to recruit him to get him to come to Pitt and take his spot. But he wanted to stay in the same league.
Bring in Bobick. Lucas will get a breather.
Well, we may be seeing a little offense-defense substitution right now. Bobick going on Nelson. Frees up Lucas. Stay out of foul trouble, get a little breather, and maybe make this team a little better defensively.
He won't be down for long. Here's Nelson working on Bobick. Barley on the drive. Another shot tipped around. Look at Nelson find the spot. Skip pass. Carroll. 3-point shot. Oh, he's tied the game at 57.
How about that heads-up play by Nelson? He gets it in the deep corner, has the presence of mind to know where everybody is.
Including Carroll on the other side of the court.
Absolutely. He really is heads up.
Carroll's second 3 of the night.
That was a sensational play.
4 minutes to go. Our 7th tie of this regional final.
Oh, there's good body strength by Nelson.
Weatherspoon in with the jump in there, and it's rejected.
I believe Eddie Sutton has got to come back with his starting team. He's got to go ahead and get Graham back in the game. Lucas is going to come back in.
Going with Lucas, but Graham still sits with the 4 fouls. Now down for 4 minutes.
Yeah, I think with 3:40 to go, Jim, time for him to come back in there.
They were up 5 when he sat. Now he's been asked to check in, so he'll be coming in next whistle.
Jumper.
There it is. Yes, in the lead.
Jumper. Terrific job by West.
Hawks 59. Cowboys 57. Bobick driving on Nelson. And Jameer called for that one. Just his second.
Probably not a wise foul by Nelson right there, because where was Bobick going to go, Jim? That would have been a very difficult shot.
One team is already in for the Alamo City, and that's the Connecticut Huskies, with a very impressive, overwhelming performance for Alabama today. Too much for the Crimson Tide, down 24 at halftime. 36 points for Ben Gordon. Double bonus.
Nothing here. This team, Oklahoma State, this year 7-0 against teams in the top 25. And here comes Graham back into the ball game. Sat down a long time.
And Lucas back in. That the entire time Graham set, they did not make a basket from the field. 4.5 minutes.
That was a calculated move by Eddie Sutton. Misses a pair. Ball goes out of bounds. Tough break for St. Joe. Big break for Oklahoma State.
It'll be Oklahoma State ball when we come back. Carroll hit the tying 3. They're up 2 now.
What can a 50-foot swell teach us about brokerage firms? The right combination of forces can take you where you want to go. Wachovia Securities welcomes Prudential Securities and its clients. Talk to to one of our financial advisors. Together, we can achieve uncommon results. Wachovia Securities.
The new Colorado Z71 with an available 220 horsepower engine.
You're it.
Don't let all that power go to your head. Chevy, an American revolution.
Come together. Oh, come together. And whoa, come together. Oh, come together. And whoa.
The many ways we communicate are coming together for you.
Come together.
With and, only from AT&T.
I dig you. You dig me. I dig you. You dig me. We dig each other. That's groovy. Oh yeah.
After the game tonight on CBS, The Price is Right, the $1 Million Spectacular in Century City. That's coming up tonight on CBS. One timeout for the Cowboys. And we talk about this tension, Billy, this St. Joe's school feeling like the David of the NCAA tournament, the little guy looking for respect in Oklahoma State, a program that faced tremendous tragedy just 3 years ago and trying to take the program back to the Final Four. Inside, it's Graham weaving his way out of there, and yes, what a move by Joey Graham.
Almost to 3 seconds, but he is so strong inside, surrounded by 3 people, and still got the shot off. You can see how important he was those 5 minutes he sat down, Jim. Changed the complexion of the offense for Oklahoma State.
Tied at 59, inside 3 minutes. And heading to the line for 2 is Dwayne Jones.
McFarland on the foul. Just so strong. 3 men surrounded him earlier, then 2. Wheels around, comes back inside, and even with the shot blocker of the Atlantic 10, Jones there, he still gets it off.
Well, you saw the power, and then you saw the finesse right here. That was the 4th foul on McFarland at the other end. Jones not a good free throw shooter.
45%.
So, barely grazed rim.
Here's the situation, Jim, when you've got a 45% free throw shooter on the line and you're St. Joe's, you've got to be thinking about a miss here. Do everything you can to maybe get one right in the paint.
2 get away from it.
Yep.
Cowboys now trying to break that tie at 2:45.
Lucas gets the switch.
Allen lost the dribble going in, but got it back. Calls time. That's their last timeout.
Well, he had the arrow. It was not a good one to call, Jim. He would have gotten the ball back possession-wise anyway.
Eddie Sutton's team, though, will talk it over. They'll have the ball when we come back.
If you want to tame your turf, you can. If you want to trim it, chop it, or just take a little off the sidewalk, you can. The Home Depot makes it easy with great brands like John Deere, Toro, and Honda. And now get no payments, no interest till March 2005 on any lawn and garden power equipment purchase of $299 or more. Just use your Home Depot consumer credit card. If you want to make the grass greener on your side, you can. The Home Depot. You can do it. We can help.
Come back soon?
As soon as I can. I'll use my miles card. I'll use my miles card. I'm back.
With most miles programs, it takes a long time to earn a free flight.
All these years. And you never got a Capital One card?
Introducing No Hassle Rewards from Capital One. Free flights start at 9,000 miles with no blackout dates.
What's in your wallet? Don't ask.
How large is that handicap, Billy? No timeouts for the Cowboys.
Jim, I think it's very, very important, and you've got to, as a player, recognize the fact of which way the arrow goes. I know you have a lot in your mind, but it's extremely important. Graham hits the floor. Allen hits the floor. He has to realize that, hey, we've got possession of this ball. Let's save that last timeout. Could be very, very important.
What are you looking for right here for Oklahoma State with this possession?
Well, I think that right now it's the Graham-Allen show. If you're Oklahoma State, you ought to make St. Joe have to stop one of those two and see if there's something else there. Inbounds pass really important here because Barley's in the game. He's got good anticipation. It's going to be Barley on Graham.
Allen has only 2 points in this second half. He's their top scorer. Inside, pinned underneath. McFarland had it knocked away, and the Hawks have the possession with the game tied.
Nice job by Jones to pin him on the baseline.
Nelson had an open look for a moment.
So what's interesting to watch Nelson's eyes, he sees all 9 other guys on the floor when he's dribbling. He never has to concern himself about his own play. That's why he can make so many great plays.
2 minutes to go. Under 10 on the shot clock. Nelson. There's Allen with the sweep for OSU.
Nelson got hit right in the thigh on that play. He's holding his thigh. Looks like he's in a little bit of pain right now.
Lucas comes off the screen.
Wow, what a shot at that time to take.
It was a line drive, too, Billy.
I don't think if you're Oklahoma State, you want to come down the floor without giving Graham an opportunity to have the ball.
Timeout called by Phil Martelli. St. Joe's with 1:31 remaining. Will inbound with the game tied and a ticket to San Antonio on the line.
Winning the NASCAR championship is about outlasting the other guy. That's why I use new Red Zone Invisible Solid. It's the longest lasting Invisible Solid from Old Spice. So you smell great all day. And if you don't think the scent lasts longer, Old Spice will buy you a stick of something else. Hey, you can't always shower right after the race. Unless, of course, you win.
New Red Zone Invisible Solid in 4 long-lasting scents. Stay in the zone.
See something here, Billy, that stands out?
Yeah, it really does. We talked about the 0 timeouts, but here a foul to give, which can be very, very helpful if you're Oklahoma State, particularly the way that Nelson handles the ball in these key situations. If he's beaten you, you can get the foul on that dribble and make him take that ball to the sideline. 25 seconds on the shot clock. And I really think that if you are Oklahoma State, when you get the ball, you have got to give Joey Graham an opportunity to touch it down inside. This game is exactly what it should have been. A number 1 against a number 2. That was a foul. No call.
That was a call. There was a whistle outside, Billy. Let's see.
That's West. So you have a foul to give, though. Nobody will go to the line. That was Allen on the outside with West. New 35-second on there.
And that's the 16th foul, the 3rd on Allen. Nelson lost his dribble, almost a double dribble.
I think it was a double dribble. Hit his leg, then he recovered, dribbled again.
Heard some groans from the OSU section. 1:09 to go.
Trying to get any edge you can as a fan right now. Good ball.
Shot blocked and picked up by Joey Graham.
Now, I will be shocked now if Graham does not get at least a chance to touch the ball.
Under a minute to play. Both teams looking very tight right now. Allen, wow, West, no call. Kicks it way out. Lucas, Barley converges on him. Fadeaway jumper, he got it.
You know what?
West gets to go and they lead by 2.
West and Lucas both have been, I think, 100%, Jim, on fadeaway jumpers tonight.
A 10th lead change. 61-59. Another one. Yes, it's Carroll for the lead.
The hedge move. Why would you leave Carroll? You know Nelson can find him.
25 seconds. Down 1. They have no timeouts.
And taking too much time here is Oklahoma State.
15 seconds to go for the final 4. Graham out high. He lost control. Kicks it out. Lucas's shot. Yes! 3-pointer, 7 seconds left. 2-point lead.
Here comes Nelson. He's got the ball. You know he'll take it.
No timeout. They're not going to take it. Lucas, defending, and yes, rebound to Lucas. Oklahoma State's going to the Final Four.
Jim, everything the game should have been. Two outstanding teams. Heartbreak Hill, not Hawk Hill for St. Joe, but two great teams playing outstanding basketball.
How about the shot Lucas hit for the winner?
Well, his shot had been flat all night. And there's a man who saw disappointment in the Final Four for Marquette last year.
Lucas
unfortunately sees it again, but I'll tell you what, they will remember this team in St. Joe for a long time. And Oklahoma State and Eddie Sutton, he takes another team to the Final Four.
Lucas scores the last 5 of the game for the Cowboys.
Well, I said get the ball to Graham. He fell and was able to recover.
You surprised they didn't call a timeout here, St. Joe's?
They had it, but you know what? You've got the ball in Nelson's hands. He's the player of the year. Go ahead and take your chances.
Lucas got the rebound. And Texas is going to have a band of Cowboys crossing over from the Oklahoma State border next week in San Antonio. Look at the reaction. Falling down on the Hawks bench.
There's his father. This is awesome. Well, I wonder if he got some direction on that jump shot. Here he goes to find John, who never made it to a Final Four.
What a season it's been for St. Joe's. Your heart just goes out to the Hawks and their incredible season. Carroll hits the shot for the lead. Right back again with no timeouts. The Cowboys almost lost the ball for a moment. Got it over to Lucas for what would prove to be the winner. Bryant couldn't even watch.
So tough to be a senior when you're one and done.
Chevrolet most valuable players of the game. Joey Graham from Oklahoma State. Although, I'll tell you, John Lucas could have been just as good a case there, and Delonte West. For St. Joe, Chevrolet makes contribution to each school's general scholarship fund. Judy Martelli on the left. So Oklahoma State's heading to the Final Four and will face either Georgia Tech or Big 12 conference rival Kansas. What a thriller it was here. Oklahoma State pulls it out with the winning 3 with 6.9 seconds remaining.
Colorado Z71 with an available 220 horsepower engine.
You're it.
Don't let all that power go to your head. Chevy, an American revolution.
Está bien, mijo, conversa a tu mamá. Mamá, please. It's not like that. It's right for me.
And you know this how?
Because of you.
Me?
Knowing right from wrong and believing in myself. Wanting to go to college. That came from you.
Want a laptop that can unclutter your life? Unwire. With a wireless laptop powered by Intel Centrino mobile technology.
Trading your boring breakfast for a Dan and Fruit.
I have a corn muffin.
Give me that and try this fruit. Real fruit and yogurt, perfectly blended into the ultimate smoothie.
That's a smoothie.
It's good, huh? Dan and Fruit, the real smoothie in a bottle.
In the sea of online investing, only one place knows how to satisfy the hungriest of traders. That's Power E-Trade. With flat $9.99 commissions, the industry-leading 7 E-Trade 2, or visit getpoweretrade.com today.
15 seconds to go for the Final Four. Graham out high. He lost control, kicks it out. Lucas's shot. Yes! Three-pointer! seconds left.
Oklahoma State winners by a score of 64-62 to qualify for a trip to San Antonio next week. Let's go back to East Rutherford. Jim Nance and Billy Packer. Jim.
All right, thank you, Greg. And we're here with the Cowboys who are going to San Antonio. And I got to ask you, John Lucas, about that shot. Your team had no timeouts, and you hit the winning three.
Hey, I had a horrible first half, and I told myself in the locker room that this was my half. I had to step up for my teammates. I felt like I let them down. And I said, no matter what, I'm winning this game today.
When you released it, did you know you made it?
Absolutely.
Look at the shot,
Absolutely.
baby. Eddie, you've had an opportunity to coach your son, as John Lucas had to watch his son. John, what's tougher, watching them or playing with them?
I think it's a lot tougher watching them. When you're coaching them and they're down there, you got some impact. But when you're sitting up in the stands, that's the worst thing in the world for a parent to have to watch his son.
A lot of guts keeping Graham on that bench for 4 or 5 minutes. What were you thinking there?
Well, I wanted to keep him over there and try to have him for the last 2 or 3 minutes of the game because he is a valuable player to us. And I thought some of the guys that we substituted certainly filled in for him. I thought Spoon and Terrence Crawford both did a good job for us. You know, the last time we went to the Final Four, it was right here in '95.
Well, maybe we ought to have Big Country.
Big Country and Randy Rutherford are both here tonight. So
that's special. Congratulations, Eddie. And guys, you ready to go to San Antonio? Yes, indeed. They're on their way. And let's go back to the studio and Greg Gumbel. Greg?
All right, Jim, thank you. There's your final. Oklahoma State winners by 2. Oklahoma State last in the Final Four in '95. Eddie Sutton took them there. This is third Final Four. What a great ball game.
Boy, what a terrific effort by both teams. And then it was just a matter of Oklahoma State's John Lucas making a couple big shots late.
I just can't picture Jameer Nelson taking off that uniform for the last time.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jameer. You gave us a great ride.
All right. They're about to cut down the nets down there. Meanwhile, in Phoenix, it was the UConn Huskies who cut the nets down earlier tonight. 87-71 winners. UConn makes its second trip to the Final Four. Last time they went, they came out of Phoenix in '99, and they won it all. The Connecticut Huskies and the Oklahoma State Cowboys, half of our Final Four. Tonight on CBS, Bob Barker hosts The Price is Right $1 Million Spectacular. And then Craig T. Nelson stars in The District. It's all here tonight on CBS, America's most watched network. A reminder, coming your way at noon Eastern tomorrow, the CBS Sports Special, Glory in Black and White, the story of the 1966 NCAA champions. Clark, Seth, and I will be back at 1:30 Eastern to guide you on the road to the Final Four leading up to the St. Louis Regional Final between Kansas and Georgia Tech. And then Xavier and Duke will square off in the Atlanta Regional Final. Half of it done, a couple more to go. There are our games, Xavier and Duke. And they're going to cut the nets down out in East Rutherford, New Jersey. What a nice picture to leave you with. Thanks for joining us, everyone. For all of us here at CBS, I'm Greg Gumbel. Good night.